He wrote under a dozen names. He spoke of mental energy, invisible forces, and the power of pure will. William Walker Atkinson was more than a writer. He was a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern thought. In the shadows of early 20th century America, he published books on mind power, yoga, vibration, and thought as a creative force. Forgotten by history, yet echoed in every self-help shelf and spiritual seminar today. Who was he really? A mystic, a teacher, a ghost with many masks. In this short film, we uncover the mind behind the mystery. This is Atkinson. The year is 1908. The place, New York City. For over a decade now, the bustling metropolis has been William Walker Atkinson's home. But his roots run deep in the South, where, in 1848, in the heart of Charleston, South Carolina, he was born into wealth. His father, Thomas Summer Atkinson, a scion of one of the oldest and wealthiest families in South Carolina, had named his son after his own father, who had been a state senator. Growing up, William was surrounded by privilege. Life was a game of leisure for him until it wasn't. As a young man, he entered the world of business. It was during this time that he began to explore metaphysical subjects, reading widely about esoteric teachings, ancient philosophies, and occult practices. It was here that he first encountered the term yogi, and while most people saw an Indian word meaning peaceful or quiet, Atkinson saw something more, a title for himself. He wanted to know more, and so he went in search of gurus. His investigation led him across continents, from the Himalayas to the jungles of Ceylon. Over the next 5 years, he studied various spiritual and metaphysical traditions, eventually adopting the yogi lifestyle. Not just for show, Atkinson would go on to dedicate his life to understanding and teaching these ancient practices. He begins to write, not under his birth name, but under aliases like Yogi Ramakaraka and sometimes even Swami Abhayadanda. His writings cover a range of topics from yoga and meditation to the occult and metaphysics. One of his earliest known works is The Secret of the Ages, a book dealing with reincarnation and karma. This work showcases his exploration into Eastern philosophies and his attempts at reconciling them with Christian theology. Another notable early work is The Science of Thought, which delves into the power of thought and the law of attraction. Here, Atkinson lays out his belief in the universe as a mental creation, a concept that will later become central to New Thought movement. Throughout these early works, there is a clear progression in Atkinson's understanding of metaphysics. He moves from a place of intense religious fervor to a more nuanced and inclusive worldview. By the end of the decade, his prolific writing career was already underway. He had penned numerous books and articles, establishing himself as a leading figure in the emerging field of New Thought. But his path wasn't without its detours. During World War I, Atkinson took a break from writing to serve in France as a YMC volunteer. Upon his return, he resumed writing, but his perspective was forever changed by his wartime experiences. The carefree yogi had matured into a philosopher king, ready to lead his readers through the complexities of an evolving world. But the world wasn't ready for Atkinson's message. His books, though profound, were often ahead of their time. Topics like meditation, karma, and the power of thought were considered too controversial or too Eastern for the average American audience. Despite this, Atkinson continued to write and teach, patiently waiting for the world to catch up. It was during the 1930s that Atkinson's teachings began to gain traction. As the spiritual and self-help movements started to grow in popularity, his books found their audience. Readers hungry for answers and seekers of a deeper truth resonated with Atkinson's message. Meditation and yoga, once considered odd practices, were now finding their way into mainstream consciousness. Atkinson's work became a stepping stone for many, an introduction to a world of ideas that challenged conventional thinking. In the decades following Atkinson's death in 1932, his work continued to influence. Thinkers, authors, and spiritual leaders all acknowledged his contribution to the field. But Atkinson's legacy is not without its critics. Some argue that he diluted Eastern philosophies to suit Western audiences. Others criticize his work for being overly simplistic or New Age. However, it is important to remember the historical context in which Atkinson worked. He was a pioneer, someone who introduced complex concepts to a largely unfamiliar audience. His work, though not perfect, was a bridge that connected ancient wisdom with modern seekers. Today, Atkinson's work enjoys a renewed interest. His books are being rediscovered by a new generation of readers. The themes he explored, the power of the mind, the nature of reality, the search for meaning, these are as relevant today as they were in his time. Now let's talk about some of his most famous books. First, there's the Kybalion, Hermetica, the Three Initiates, and the Science of Mental Health. Atkinson explores the ancient Hermetic teachings, discussing the principles of mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause, and effect. These teachings offer a framework for understanding the universe and one's place within it. In the Kybalion, Atkinson introduces the Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor, a fictional organization dedicated to the study of ancient wisdom. Through this brotherhood, he weaves a narrative that adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to his teachings. In the Science of Thought, Atkinson delves into the power of thought, asserting that our thoughts shape our reality. He introduces the concept of the subconscious mind and the law of attraction, laying the foundation for what will become a cornerstone of the New Thought movement. Atkinson's work was deeply influenced by his travels in India and his study of yoga. In the Yoga of the Masters, he shares his insights on Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Jnana Yoga, explaining their principles and outlining practical techniques for their practice. He emphasizes the universality of these paths, suggesting that the essence of yoga can be found in various spiritual and religious traditions. Atkinson also wrote extensively on meditation, recognizing it as a powerful tool for self-discovery and transformation. In books like The Mysteries of Meditation and The Art of Meditation, he provides guidance on various meditation techniques, including those based on sound, visualization, and concentration. Atkinson believed that meditation could unlock hidden potential and lead to a deeper understanding of oneself and the universe. So, how did Atkinson impact our world? Well, his impact was profound. Atkinson played a pivotal role in popularizing Eastern philosophies and practices such as yoga and meditation in the West. He introduced concepts like karma, reincarnation, and the law of attraction to a wider audience. Atkinson's emphasis on the power of thought and the law of attraction laid the groundwork for the New Thought movement, which in turn influenced the self-help and personal development fields. His work paved the way for a deeper understanding and appreciation of Eastern spiritual traditions, contributing to the growth of interfaith dialogue and cultural exchange. He inspired countless individuals to explore their inner potential and seek a deeper connection with themselves and the universe. But why do we still remember him today? Because Atkinson's teachings transcended the limitations of his time. His ideas continue to resonate with seekers of truth and those looking to understand the complexities of life. He showed us that the answers we seek often lie within our own minds. In an age of self-discovery and personal growth, Atkinson's work remains a beacon, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. Do you have any thoughts on Atkinson's life and work? Do you think he was a mystic, a teacher, or maybe both? Let us know your thoughts below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking. Thanks for watching.